Well, hello everyone and welcome. My name is Alyssa Favreau. I have such a privilege to be here joined by Jackie Wetzler and Danielle Matthews. We all have different backgrounds and live in different parts of the country in the US, but we are united because of this incredible technology that we are going to be sharing with you tonight. It is a challenging time for many people. But if history has taught us anything, it's that within every challenge lies new opportunities. And so during this last recession, for example, companies like Uber, companies like Airbnb, Pinterest, Slack, Venmo, WhatsApp were all launched. And in fact, half of all the companies that are in the Fortune 500 currently were started in a bear market or a recession. And why is that? Well, they all solve problems that provide real solutions. And so one of those companies that is providing real solutions for people right now is ASEA. Today, we are here to tell you 3 reasons why ASEA is expanding so rapidly and what that growth could mean for you. And so with that, I'm going to turn the time over to Danielle.
Beautiful. Thank you, Alyssa. So I want to talk first about the company ASEA. When you're looking for a company to partner with or even just to buy products from, I don't know about you, but I want to do that with a company that I can trust, that I understand why they exist, what their values are. You know, I think about my deodorant. I know that my deodorant was started by a brother. His sister was pregnant and he started looking at what was in her deodorant. He was a chemist and he could not believe the chemicals that were present in it. And so he started to create a deodorant for her out of completely natural ingredients, and it worked. And so she started using it and they thought, wow, other pregnant women need this. And this is something really the world should have as an option. And so they launched their company. And now they have other products outside of their deodorant. And I trust every decision that they make and all the products that come out because I know why they originally started and where their heart is and their values. And with this company, with ASEA, they exist because they chose people over money. That is as simple as I can put it for you. Basically, this technology was owned by a biotech company. And the plan really of the gentleman that owned the patents and intellectual property rights was to flip it. He was going to sell this to a pharmaceutical company, and they actually got down to negotiations with a pharmaceutical company. But during that negotiation process, it became very clear that the pharma company had no intentions to distribute this. It was something that they intended to really shelve and not make available. And that put our founder, his name is Vertus Norton, it put him in a bit of a dilemma morally. And he said, you know what, I can't look in the eyes of these people and tell them that they can't have this. And because there was a beta test group that was on it at the time. And he said, this is something the world deserves to know about. And then he said, this will be my legacy. So he actually said no to this multi-million-dollar offer and came out of retirement to start this company. Now, this was during one of the worst economies, as Alyssa was talking about. It was during 2008. And they decided with this company, it would always be run. Kind of the way that they would steer the ship would always be to put their P over E, putting people, principles, and purpose over their own ego and their own economical decisions, because they felt if you run a company like that and you teach other people to hold themselves to that standard, the right things will play out over time. And that's what's happened. When you're looking for a company to partner with in business, it is important that that company be stable, right? You need a strong company. And this company has been around for 10 years. They have done over 900 million in sales to date. And just in the last 2 years, they have doubled their revenue. So in 2017, they did 84 million. In 2019, they did 171 million. So they're a strong, stable company. They are debt-free. The foundation has been laid for us. We are past the risk phase, and we are just getting into the momentum phase when this really takes off. We are set to do business in over 30 countries around the world, and we have different distribution markets. There's, I think, 19 different global distribution centers that allows this product to get in the hands of people within 3 to 5 days across the world. And our business is scalable. It is something that our production facility is set up in such a way that as demand continues to build, without having to increase our footprint, in our current production facility, we can double what we can make in just a couple of weeks. And so we have a stable company here. But then the other piece, when you need to look at, do I want to partner with a company, is the opportunity. Is it something that is fresh? Is what I'm bringing to the marketplace new? Does it have potential to meet demands in the marketplace? And like Alyssa said, does it solve a problem? Well, we have some global trends happening right now. We have an aging population, right? Our baby boomers are getting older. We have declining health worldwide. Even people that are the age of us here on this call. There are increased costs to our healthcare. There's increased debt. The population is exploding. It's putting a lot of demands and strains on our environment. And so we have something here at ASEA that Jackie will share with you in a little bit that addresses a lot of these needs that people are having, allowing you to age more gracefully, allowing you to have an option to create another stream of income. And I think right now, specifically with this COVID situation that we're all dealing with globally, it is bringing awareness to the forefront that we are actually in charge of our number one line of defense against anything, and that's our immune system. And what we have here is something that can help our immune system in a huge way, like nothing else out there. And it's also bringing to the forefront of people's minds, the need to have an alternate stream of income, a plan B, if you will, because things happen outside of our control. So when looking at ASEA, we have those things, and you can partner with this company and run this from your computer, right? From your phone. You don't have to stock products. You don't have to be customer support. You don't have to worry about production. Everything is kind of set up for you. And I don't know about you all, but I have always wanted to be part of something bigger than myself, to have a real impact on this world. And part of ASEA's vision statement is not just to bring this product and this financial opportunity around the world, but it's also to bring their culture. And that culture is what drew me to want to partner with ASEA and to put my time, my energy, and my talents into this business. They teach us how to see and treat ourselves, right? By putting our principles and people first in every decision, in business and in relationships. They also teach us how to see and treat others. There's a children's book that they use for this, and it's just such a phenomenal book. It really gets down to the foundation of, look, in any given moment, do what's best for the person in front of you, and that's going to allow you to live a successful life. And then they teach us how to see and treat this opportunity. In the network marketing space, some people, there's good, there's bad, and there's ugly. And I will say that, this company teaches us something called The Anatomy of Peace. It's a book about how to see people, not as a vehicle to get what you want, but how to see people as people and how to serve one another and be there to support one another. And that really spoke to me. And beyond all of that, they always talk about being a legacy. This being a legacy that will allow us to impact our children, to impact them with their health, to impact them financially, because this is willable and inheritable to your families, and also with this culture. It's something that you can bring to your family and teach your children. And it's just beautiful to me. And what's really interesting though, even though I love this company and all the opportunity that lies ahead of us with it, what drew me to this technology originally was the product. It was the fact that I had a very severe challenge. I was in a very bad car accident and had sustained an injury to my brain and really was not functioning. I was 24 years old and was struggling. This was brought to my mom, and I started using the product, and the redox molecules allowed my body to start signaling again, allowed that damage to get repaired, and all of a sudden I had energy again. My mental clarity came back, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I truly believe this allowed me to start living my life again and gave me my life back. So I'm incredibly grateful for this technology and so excited that you're here tonight to learn more about it. So I'm going to hand things over to Jackie so she can share with you a little bit more about the product.
Thanks, Danielle. So I was introduced to ASEA 10 years ago, but it took me 7 years to finally realize that this is what I wanted to do with my life. See, I had always wanted to be on TV. And the reason I wanted to be on TV is because, like Danielle, I wanted to make a big impact and impact thousands of lives. So I became a news reporter, but I soon realized that it wasn't the lifestyle that I had dreamed about. I was craving more freedom, both with time and not having to worry about money, but while still making a big impact in lives. And it finally took going to ASEA's convention where I realized that I could still impact lives like no other and create my own dreams and my own lifestyle. 10 years ago, when my mother, Debbie Wetzler, told me she was creating a legacy, I now know what she was talking about, as she's done exactly that. And I look forward to doing the same. This technology really is unlike anything else out there. It's very different, it's very disruptive, And the 6 reasons to know about ASEA is either you have a health issue, you know or love someone with a health issue, you're into prevention, you're wanting more endurance or faster recovery, or you're looking for another stream of income. So redox signaling molecules are foundational to health, cellular health, and healing. There we go. Inside every bottle and tube are trillions of these redox molecules. So this product is native to the body. You make this product inside you. They are made in every cell in your body. When the mitochondria of your cells take the food you eat and turns it into energy, your cells then throw off reductants and oxidants. And so now they've just contracted those terms into redox. Reductants are what turn on and activate your antioxidants. And oxidants are what protect your healthy cells, but then due to stress, environmental toxins, what we eat, what we drink, they're constantly being damaged. So they go out and detect those damaged cells and either repair them if they can be repaired, or replace them with healthy new cells by communicating with your immune system. So the problem is that we start losing these molecules every year past puberty by 1%. So that's virtually 10% a decade past puberty. And so you can definitely see the difference between a 5-year-old healing and a 70-year-old healing. These are the foundational molecules that help heal the body. Therefore, no one can be allergic, no one can have bad side effects to it, and it's zero toxicity. They literally regulate every system in the body. And 10 years ago, I didn't have this aha moment because thankfully I've always been healthy. But now that I know what it is, I'll never stop taking it, and I know what it's preventing me from. ASEA Redox is the only supplement in the world to provide your body molecules critical for signaling at the genetic level. Our production facility is FDA regulated, as well as NSF and GMP compliant. So they have to go above standards to get this into other countries. No matter what you do, there's virtually no way to produce more of these molecules unless you are training as an Olympic athlete every day, and even then you don't replace as much as you're losing. So ASEA, therefore, is the only place you can supply your body with more of these molecules. ASEA did a genetic study with Tourette Labs, who does Ancestry.com. So in that study, it showed ASEA is scientifically proven to turn genes back on, including improving your immune health, helping maintain a healthy inflammatory response, helping maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improving gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. And just the hormone gene alone turns on other genetic pathways, including serotonin, so people become just naturally more happy. Circadian rhythm, people get into a very deep sleep and start having vivid dreams again. NRF2 pathway, fighting off oxidative stress. Ovarian infertility, so women who are having difficulties getting pregnant. Human thyroid stimulating hormone, insulin signaling, spinal cord injury, and sudden infant death syndrome pathway, just to name a few. Redox signaling technology, named by Huffington Post as one of the top 5 emerging technologies that will shape our lives in the coming years. In Forbes magazine mentioned us as 7 superfoods gig workers should munch to boost their brain power. So redox biochemistry is one of the fastest growing areas of science in the world. When my mother, Debbie, was first introduced to this 10 years ago, she took this to a very good friend of hers, who's a molecular biologist, and she literally almost fell off her chair when she took this information to her. She goes, "Debbie, I've been studying these molecules for 17 years. We've had scientists from around the world come to NIH, the National Institute of Health, and try to do this. Are you telling me someone was finally able to make and stabilize these molecules now outside the body in a bioactive form?" She said these molecules are so tiny that they cross the blood-brain barrier. So not only will you see significant impacts with the body, you're going to also have amazing results with mental challenges that many people are suffering from. There's over 19,000 peer-reviewed published studies on PubMed.gov if you search redox signaling. Dr. James Watson of Watson and Crick, who discovered the DNA of the double helix, wrote an article in the Lancet Medical Journal in 2014 that stated type 2 diabetes, cancer, and brain disorders were the lack of redox molecules. And he went on to say if we had enough redox molecules, we'd never have disease. So that's when doctors started paying attention to these molecules. And it wasn't until 1990 when scientists had sufficient instruments to even see these molecules. So although it is a newer area of science, redox biochemistry is an evolving and growing area of science that's now being studied at several universities, including Medical University of South Carolina, Cornell, Harvard, Vanderbilt, Wake Forest, University of Wisconsin, University of Rochester, University of Nebraska at Lincoln, and even here at the University of Colorado in Boulder. So is it safe and will it work for me? Yes. But if you'd like more science, you can go to ASEAScience.com or the redoxdoc.com. This is a doctor who's not an ASEA, but who's done extensive research on redox molecules, or you can just go to amazingmolecules.com. So in conclusion, the product speaks for itself. The company and the people it brings are nothing short of amazing. But what I really love in ASEA is how we can use leverage. Unlike when I worked for Lyft and Uber, I only got paid when I had a passenger in the car. So Alyssa, will you speak about how leverage is so great to have when growing a business?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jackie. And, I originally was introduced to ASEA because of the breakthrough technology in the product. What got me introduced into the business was the company, but what made me stick around was this idea of leverage that you can have within ASEA. And so, people are looking for ways to do more of the things that they're passionate about, right? Rather than just that daily grind. They want to create the kind of freedom that allows them to do those things. And for that, you need a leveraged income. So for most people, their income is linear. Just like Jackie was saying, I could go drive for Uber or Lyft, but in order for me to receive a paycheck, I have to show up every single day, right? With a leveraged income, you actually have the opportunity to base your income off of the income of whoever joins you, right? And so being able to base an income which creates more time, creates more money for you. So with ASEA's business model, it allows you to unlock the power of leverage and experience what John Rockefeller said when he said, I would rather have 1% of 100 man's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. So here's a quick example for you. You work 40 hours in a week. That's 160 hours a month. You build a team of 20 people. Those 20 people work 5 hours a week. That's 400 hours per month. Now, these are not people who are working full-time. This is a side gig or a side hustle, but they own their own business, which is just incredible. And this is what people are looking for in particular to this gig economy. So when I first started my business 5 years ago, I had gone down the path of college. I'd gotten a bachelor's degree. I'd started working in corporate America. And at the end of the day, I knew that I wanted to be a mom. I knew that I wanted that 5 years ago, but I wanted to be able to have something that brought me fulfillment outside of being a mom as well. I guess you could say that I really did want the best of both worlds. Being able to capitalize on this leveraged income that ASEA provides has literally allowed me to do just that. I get to enjoy time with my 11-month-old baby while making an impact in people's lives all around the world. So here's the next 3 steps to be able to join with us. Number 1, get back with the person who invited you. Number 2, join as an ASEA associate. And number 3 is to launch your business. It really is that simple. I'm going to share my screen with you one more time just to show you that when you enroll, there are several packs that allow you to really just make it simple, to pick whatever product is best for you. There are significant savings, as you can see over here, with each of these product packs. I love the product suite, which allows you to get a little bit of each of our products that we have available. All of our products are actually designed to work synergistically with one another. So if you want the highest impact for your body, you can try our ASEA products. You can try our ASEA Redox products, as well as our skincare line. The person who invited you to this presentation will be able to walk you through the option that is best for you. So here's why I'm excited. Because you are in the right place at the right time. There has never been a better time to join with ASEA. We are the right company with the right products, and this is your chance to start building leveraged income for you and for your family. Imagine where your life could be a year from now, maybe even 5 years from now. If you were to decide today to be partners with the biggest breakthrough in health, anti-aging, and athletic performance. So with that, we are so grateful that you joined us this evening, and have an incredible day. All right.